This is Dirty Laundry, and I'm your host, Lily Dew. Today, I am joined by some adventurous, globe-trotting creators from YouTube and Nebula. We have the host of Challenge Accepted, Michelle Carre, and the creators of Jet Lag the Game, Sam Denby, look in that camera, Ben Doyle, and Adam Chase.
Which one of the three of them is most fucked up?
Oh, Sam, absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The thing about Sam is that I've known Sam for 5 years, and I feel like I know almost nothing about his personal life.
No, I know nothing about Sam.
I only live for content, Adam. How many times do I have to say this?
Who kept a bean in their mouth for 3 days straight?
This sounds like a challenge accepted video.
You put a bean in my mouth?
But I hear something ridiculous and I automatically assume Benjamin Doyle.
I have a big gap in my front.
You want to see my molar?
Give me your teeth.
She could have had braces. Could have been a bean in there and then
Bean in the braces. When the secret was read aloud, I felt like I read genuine shock on Sam's face, and I don't believe that Sam would be that good at acting. And there.
Oh my God, what?
Look, so I needed a thing.
Can I have details on the bean? What kind of bean?
It was a lima bean.
You picked the biggest bean for this challenge?
If it was a smaller bean, I might have lost it.
Where were you putting this beanie around?
That's a good question. Well, when you show the bean off, you gotta have it sort of front and center on the tongue. But when you went to sleep, because that's the real thing, is when you're fully unconscious, the bean could go anywhere. And so you you lodge it right up here.
Did you ever consider recreating this feat with kind of a live stream?
If that's what the people want, let me know.
Who was in a movie called Sex Sells, the Great Nudie Donut Shop War?
The only production I was in a television pilot called Monkeys, and I voiced a suicidal baby. Now,
Air the pilot.
We'll have no dead babies in this house, Finn.
That baby says, "Come on, doggy, eat me."
I think this is great. Also, it feels like a secret that would have been revealed earlier.
Wow, that's
in
really
the grand
metagaming.
scheme of Dirty Laundry.
this is what she did on our show. She was thinking too many steps ahead, and it was hard to edit.
That is true. No. That is true. Wow.
Sometimes when you were being really...
I am so shocked and betrayed right now.
I knew you were in the sex movie, Adam.
And so I played a young version of the protagonist because my dad had taken me to set. He was around, and they needed extras for various shots.
Your dad was in a sex comedy?
So this was a father-son operation.
It's sort of a dynasty.
I'm a Nepo baby as well. My dad was the star of Sex Sells, the Great Nudie Donut War.
Who let a mariachi band through their school as a prank?
Out of all the secrets that could be shared on the show, this is a very benign one. Yeah. Extremely benign. Makes me think it's Sam. I think that you think that this story is crazy enough for the show.
Wow.
Where's the flavor? Where's the flavor in this? I don't taste anything.
You're really just
Get his ass.
Get
his ass. Where did you go to high school?
Washington, D.C.
Name your high school.
Don't want to do that. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Without naming my high school, you know what high school I went to.
I do.
You know what my high school was like.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
I think Michelle is too organized for this. I feel like if Michelle was going to pull a prank, she would have had like a kid kill another kid or something.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Like
Michelle
Challenge accepted.
I did pull pranks in high school, but I pulled better pranks than that. There was one time where I got my friend was like out of school for a week, and so I got my math teacher and my entire math class to all pretend like we had learned calculus. And when he came back, we all took a calculus test, and everyone turned it in really confidently, and he started crying.
We got to the history teacher's room, and he got very angry, and he stopped me in the hallway. He was like, people pay money to go to this school, and when you're wasting people's time, you're wasting their money. And so if you are willing to reimburse everyone and their parents for the money that you waste by pulling stunts like this, then that's fine. But until that happens, you better stop it with your shenanigans. And so I, being very defiant,
Pulled out a checkbook.
You reimbursed everyone?
I went off and I calculated on a little sheet of paper.
Oh my God.
What's the cost of tuition? How many hours in a day? How many school days in a year? What's the cost of a minute of time? What's the cost of a second of time? How many students?
I'm very familiar with you guys' content, and this is exactly what I would imagine happened with all of you in high school.
Who got peed on by an A-lister's dog?
You would be the person who would get like peed on. And then, no, not like that. You wouldn't realize it was a celebrity dog.
Get in the comments and let us know if you would pee on him.
Yeah.
There are fictions about this, Lily.
People have already let us know.
Volumes of texts have been written on the subject.
I thought we weren't supposed to read those.
But Sam does have a very
Michelle is being defensive enough that now I feel like
it's
Michelle.
definitely Michelle.
No, that face means it's
Yeah.
Michelle. No, now I think it's Michelle.
See, no?
No, I don't believe any of the faces you're making.
I can't do this game because I get too riled up and defensive. Like I literally, before we filmed, multiple days over the past week, I've stood in front of the mirror, like imagining them saying the prompts and like everyone talking and like trying not to smile. And it hasn't worked. So I trained for this and it didn't work.
It's not that hard of a game.
Challenge accepted, challenge failed.
What?
I don't think this is like great for me. I don't want to do it. I want to go home. Like I can't take the pressure of it.
It's a big time, like multi-decade actress.
The woman was too stunned to speak. Who had a phobia of flat tires?
I feel like you, Michelle, and I mean this with so much love, are a somewhat nervous person sometimes.
That is true.
And so I feel like that feels like the type of thing you might be nervous about.
The person who told us they rehearsed to be on this fake game show?
I grew up in a city. I barely drove.
You barely drove?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come out and say that I think we should all be scared of getting a flat tire. That sounds scary in general, but it's also not me. Like,
This person
like I
is
heard
right.
that. I heard that, and I was like, you know what? I agree.
Do you guys have other phobias?
Me.
Phobias? I've simply looked at you. Don't be scared.
Phobia of being put on the spot.
I haven't hurt Michelle.
Yes, I'm terrified.
She
right
chose
now.
to be here.
Germophobic, but I have not gotten over it as much.
That
I'm
is
not
true.
as brave as
boy.
Ben.
Yeah,
and
that
you're
is
drinking Grant's
true.
drink?
Yeah.
There's ginger in it. It's
He puts
fine.
his fingers all over those drinks. Who do we think had a phobia of flat?
I'll also say, Sam, if it is you, you are someone who is so put together and also so
Are you
calculated.
trying to make up for saying I look like I'll get pissed on?
Get in the comments if you'd like to piss on Sam.
They already
No,
have.
but I would just.
Next secret. Whose suitcase exploded?
Who seems like the domestic terrorist? Oh wait, I was not looking your way.
I was in pure shock. I thought I might have misheard.
I brought this story up because I want an excuse to talk about how bad of an airport Charles de Gaulle International Airport is. It is the worst fucking airport in the world.
What did this happen like 2 days ago?
Flattened. I'm getting a little bit drunk. They determined that there was an IED in the bag, which to my knowledge, there was not. And they just fucking blew it up. They gave me a big plastic bag that was full of ash and this in it. And they were like, here is your luggage.
And one baguette.
Yeah.
Who backed out of a business deal because they feared for their life?
How I know it's not Ben is that Ben has never made a business deal in his life.
Well, I've also never feared for my life.
I mean,
Oh, you've never done a business deal.
Look, I'm flattered.
There we go.
No, it was me.
Whoa! Whoa!
The contract that we sent over that said that the owners of the device would not willingly murder me, and they refused to sign it for that clause.
Put in your
What a
contract
rube.
when you have to renew.
There's no part of my contract that says Sam's not allowed to kill me on purpose.
True.
And I like it that way. I like the surprise.
All right.
The suspense.
Who tried to end a relationship by dressing as Darth Vader?
Everyone looks at Ben immediately.
yeah, like,
Okay. That may be the obvious choice. But what if I said that it is not me?
I would not
And in
believe
fact,
well,
it is Adam.
Do you think either of these two people would have already owned a Darth Vader costume?
everyone has a Darth Vader.
I never owned a Darth Vader
Oh,
costume.
is that a thing?
No. Ben, who do you think?
It is not me.
Who could it be?
So I was on child Tinder,
Which is what?
which is normal Tinder, but in 2015. Because back then, you could be on Tinder as young as 13 years old. Right? This was later taken away from our children.
Why?
Oh.
But I, at the time, was having the time of my life on Tinder as a 15-year-old, and I met my very first girlfriend on there. And frankly, I did not like her very much at all.
God. Oh, God.
I don't think that she liked me very much. We didn't have a lot in common. The thing we had in common was that we were 15 and we wanted to be in a
The
relationship.
thing you had in common is you were 15 and you had to turn to Tinder.
And we had to turn to Tinder for children. So I immediately wanted to break up with her, but I did not know how. There was one point where I tried to frame her for stealing from IKEA, but that's a different story. The thing that thought was really going to seal it for me was that The Force Awakens was coming out in theaters. And I was like, this is perfect. I think I can really give her the ick.
How long had you guys been dating at this point?
Like 4 months.
And you did not like her from the beginning?
Long time.
Yes. I figured that I could really give her the ick by just getting way too into it. And so I took her to opening night dressed as Darth Vader. And I was like, surely she will hate this. And it didn't seem particularly fazed by it. She didn't even comment on it.
Did you do a voice?
Yeah, there was the whole thing. It had a voice modulator in it and everything. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do it again. I was like, we're going to go see it again. And I dressed up again. And I was like, this time it'll get her. No, she was not fazed on the second try. And so we just kept dating.
How did you end it?
They're married now.
Mm-hmm. We just, several more months, and then I called her and I said, I don't want to see you anymore.
Oh, no.
And how did she react to this?
Very poorly. Because it turns out that I broke up with her on our 6-month anniversary that she had been planning a lot of stuff for. And after I called her, she was like, you have to come over. And so I came over, and she had all of this stuff planned for our 6-month anniversary with all these photos of me that she had printed out, and she was burning them.